What is going on, you guys? That felt weird. What is going on, y'all? Your boy, Pyrogenesis. Wants to do a little bit of like a, I guess, VOD review format of a video. Kind of help me and maybe anyone else who might end up watching this understand like some of the key things to look out for and to play as whenever you're playing Black Panther. As you see, he's kind of my favorite. But on top of that, you can see that last season we did hit GM, so we will be trying to hit it once more, which is kind of what I'm on the road to doing now. But yeah, so we're going to take a look at a game where I actually did amazing, to say the least. Let's get into it. Okay, as we are kind of setting this up, I can say that this person, Saru Baradoru, I don't even know how to say their name, kind of goated. Actually did play another match with them that I did win and ended up getting them again a couple of games later. So this game went smooth for the most part. Things did get a bit rocky, but I'll probably just be sticking to my POV this entire time. That way you guys can kind of get a good feel of what I'm looking at and what I'm looking for, I guess. But as this goes on, I'll kind of put in my little input here and there as like what I was thinking or like what I was going for or why I was going for that. So hopefully we can get through this smoothly. So as you see here, I'm just kind of setting up, looking for what my priority of a target's going to be. Which of course failed, so I just bail out. Definitely should have used my last dash to just get out immediately, but they stayed over here, so I just rated up my next attack. Now, I will say that even though I did hit GM, these games that we're looking at right now isn't GM. Like, this is me trying to ring back up to GM, so I think right now we're in Plat. So, by all means, like, don't take this as these being the greatest players to ever do it. Do not know why my man's assaulted here. Do not know at all. Do not ask me.
Hostile forces incoming.
But that was a pretty good trade all around. I didn't really do much, but I was able to distract, and once we got through the fight, I just reset. That was like your main thing as Black Panther. You're looking to either get cooldowns or distract, and fingers crossed get a pick. Biggest issue is that you don't have very long staying within fights. So like right here, I'm just trying to get out because I knew it was a bad trade, so I was like, I just need to reset. Luckily, I saw the carpet on the ground here, so we do aim to fight on the carpet as much as possible. And just kind of get whatever other damage I can. Even though she ulted here, I go for the damage just so I can try to feed from my ult. Another thing is, remember, Luna ult is 12 seconds, so your biggest thing that you can do is either look up at the clock and figure out what 12 seconds will be, or just count in your head. That's what I do. So I definitely should have backed off here. I think this is actually where I end up dying just because I was like, screw it, I just want to go for it. But then I missed my dash. We'll see. Oh, it's actually not where I missed my dash. I just die. Anyways, that's what you don't do. So yeah, the whole premise of Black Panther is just around ability rotation, of course. But besides that, it's also their support's ability rotation. Because they're going to be your main targets. So if you can get their abilities out faster, or if your teammate gets them out, that's whenever you want to go in. But your main thing is just, you want them to be looking at you, so they're not looking at their teammates. And that gives you infinite value.
Down to 30 seconds.
So here, I was just trying to stall for as long as I could. But I ended up double dashing on accident whenever I meant to save that second when they get behind cover. But my team does get here in time.
seconds.
But definitely a bad engage on me. So with these ults going out, my main thing is I do not want to be within this fight. Because I'm not going to be able to blow anybody up. I don't have any pressure. And I missed my dash there, so I just have to escape. Come down here for the health pack, and I just leave. Because there's nothing I can do here.
Help, friends.
Now luckily I did have some really good healers this game. So it was kind of easy to disengage and re-engage. Close that off for the flank, and I just set up once again. He ends up seeing me, so I kind of have to dip here, but he follows me all the way. So once again, just get out. Do not fight them. So I kind of just ignore her to go for their support in hopes that I can get her, and I do.
Double KO.
So as you can see, I'm kind of targeting very hard towards their supports because it's like, if I fight anyone else and they're just getting heals, I get zero value because you do not have what it takes to just blow somebody up through a heal.
Enemies are here.
Sometimes you can, don't get me wrong. Like, the higher level Black Panthers will definitely blow someone up there. However, I know what I'm capable of, so I don't.
In their tracks.
Behold, that child!
Friends, gather around.
Nation has some real subjects. Tremble before Bath!
Double KO.
Yeah, I hate the little lip right there. I actually get stuck there, and that's what got me killed. But all in all, I do like that engage because I am able to get some priority targets there. Whether that is me killing their supports or me killing one of their main DPS.
You stop them in their tracks.
Every now and then, I know a lot of people talk about feeding, or just kind of like burning through tanks to try and get your ult, like feed ult charge, but it's very situational because they tend to blow you up pretty often. I remember that, yeah. I think I actually ended up tabbing out there because I needed to look at something that my friend was sending me or something like that.
Final 10 seconds.
Not the most opportune time. So luckily my team actually groups up here instead of us trickling in.
Stop them.
But you can see how this turns out here. We get stuck in this corridor, and the Scroll Stampede absolutely obliterates everyone. And then I miss my E there, so then I just die. Like Squirrel Girl in a corridor, we do not want to be there. Ever since that new update with her ult, it's actually terrifying, I will say.
Checkpoint.
Right now we're sitting at 19-5. All in all, very steady pace. One big thing that's kind of hard to look at, especially if you're playing someone like Black Panther, is what you can and can't see on the actual scoreboard. People are always going to look at damage and your kills and stuff like that, but if you're able to get cooldowns out of their supports so that way they can't use it on something else or get them to pop their ult at an inopportune time, that's so much value that won't go noticed. Right here, I'm kind of focusing. Sorry, I forgot that's where I popped off. But right there, as you can see, whenever I was getting my marks, I'm trying to get one at a time. Since they nerfed how much shielding Black Panther can get, your best option usually is going to be going for one mark at a time to kind of get that damage, one, spread out, and also to get more shielding over time, because they're going to be poking you down as you're going in. So if you can keep as much shielding as possible, you will be golden.
The final 10 seconds.
I am ready to put on a show!
Disappear.
So they start popping ults like crazy. I just wait. There is nothing you can do here, so you might as well just sit back and relax. Carpet down, and they have the disappear. It's absolutely over for you. So I go in right there trying to stall as long as I can. I kind of didn't realize how many of my teammates had died, so I definitely probably should have waited a second longer, but I was glad to kind of get the hold there. World Stampede gets another double. That thing is so nasty. Yeah, we kind of let them know, it's like, hey, we should just wait here. But we can try to get something at the last second. Unfortunately, Doctor Strange does see me here. I'm like, alright, I just need to go for it. And then I get pushed back by Sue Storm. But not a bad hold. Not a bad hold. So we finished that round with 25 and 7. 25 and 7. 10k damage. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's actually very good. So the only issue, or my main issue that I had with me in that round, was my Spirit Ring, my shift usage. I think that I was a bit too hasty on a couple of those engages, and I feel that if I kind of held back for a second longer or called out to my Magneto for a bubble more often, I definitely would have gotten more done, which you will see later in this game. I actually start doing that and I get a lot more value, because if you're dead, you're getting no value, but at least if you can get in, get some damage off, or get a cooldown or two and get out, even if you don't kill them, that's still value, because that's a cooldown you can't use for the next couple of seconds. So as you can see, with the start of this round, I'm taking another off angle. I end up pinging her from my team and kind of just evaluating the whole setup they have here. Of course, gonna take out the respawn beacon. Go down for the healing. And then get the tags on her. And I try to get out. Or at least I should have tried to get out. Because looking right there, you can see none of my team had been pushed up yet. And I just kind of go for it. So kind of high risk, high reward, but it seems to have paid off for me here. I actually forgot that I stayed in at that point. The other thing, always know where your health packs are as Black Panther, because you are likely going to be out of view for any kind of healing.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
And as soon as it opens, you go to reposition. This is a kind of sketch spot just because of everyone being right here. And I get ran down.
This is real.
So everyone saw what direction I went. They know that if I'm A, alone, and B, there's a tank, they can easily take me out. Now we just reset. Well, I get a shield here, so I feel okay to kind of run around. Start targeting the Luna once more. Then they start popping carpet. And Luna ult. So, reposition. They're going to be focused on the main fight. I'm just counting down in my head for how long the Luna ult is. Then we go back in as soon as it's done.
By the eye of Agamotto.
So, Luna, main target once more. Take her out. Just help clean up the rest of the fight. As soon as you take out the healers, every bit of damage you do is now permanent. So you always want to try and get them as fast as possible. But if it costs you your life, you're useless while you're not alive. Remember that. So this game began to get more and more difficult because as it went on, they started picking harder and harder counters for me to work with. Like Namor, Hulk, Rocket, Iron Man. Terrible all around to play into. Because Hulk can give shields to those entire team, so you don't get marks or you don't get your resets. Rocket is just a terrible target for you because he's super tiny and can dash all over the place, so you can end up missing your dashes and not getting your reset. Iron Man is Iron Man. I don't like pulling out my protractor to kill him.
Get that vehicle moving again.
And Namor is Namor. I hate the Luna team up. It's so bad for us to play into. But I was feeling confident, so I didn't swap. So once again, we're not taking the main route that our teammates took. You see Luna?
This is real firepower!
Kind of miss all the dashes, so we just kind of end up going for it with the ult.
Tremble before bow!
So right there, you can see Hulk was shielded, so I don't get my reset. I tried to use him to reposition, but it didn't work. So at this point, I remember telling my team just to stack up so we can get this moving a little faster. And then block that off so they can't get in. And Luna pops ult trying to stall, sorry. And we get it anyways. So at that point, I end up dashing because I wasn't expecting to kill our, or their Punisher with my spear, so kind of ended up losing my, reset. Actually do remember just calling out for help whenever he grabbed me. So there I actually go for Rocket just because he's sitting there by himself. One of the best things you can do whenever you're fighting a Rocket is try not to use your instant spear dash. Just spear, see if he moves, and then dash. You just can't be hasty with him because he will make you miss your resets. So patience is key if you're ever going to fight a Rocket, but I do not recommend fighting him. Same with Squirrel Girl. Since she has that huge jump, a lot of times it pays just to give it a second. Now this is a very sketch spot for me to be, but once again, I was feeling confident and I just wanted them to look at me and not at my team. So there I missed my dash, so I get out. Right here, I get out once more. I'm able to kind of get my second dash off. Getting healed by the Mantis, so I run back in and I get ready to pop ult.
This is real firepower!
So you can see here, I could have taken my shift and tried to get that kill, but out of fear of something else going wrong, or even just someone getting a pick on me and me not getting any value from me getting that dash, I hold on to it. So it's really just kind of trying to always think 2 steps ahead of where will I be after I dash, and will this dash actually get me this kill? Because if it doesn't, and then you just get put out of position, that's whenever you get put in the ground. This is now round 3, I believe, with them attacking us.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to
Sitting
stop them
over
from securing the mission area.
on this
Only
portion
60 seconds
versus
left.
the top half. I ended up choosing this side because I was already kind of perched up on the other side, so I didn't want them looking for me already. I do remember hearing her footsteps, so I kind of had to wait, but somehow she didn't see me. And I do miss my dash though, but thanks to my team, I'm able to get a kill. I'll sit there, I wait a little bit, get my dash up again.
Double KO. Down to 30 seconds.
Another target I do not like fighting is Mr. Fantastic. I try to avoid him anytime I can. So right there in this fight, I do see their support in the peripheral of my eye, but I do remember just saying I was going to try to blow that person up, and didn't really work out for me.
Final 10 seconds.
Yeah, right here I'm trying my hardest to escape, but there's people literally everywhere.
Keep fighting.
That will not last.
And that's another reason why I hate Mr. Fantastic. He does not get marked whenever he's in his invincible form, which sucks. I do remember my biggest worry here being my teammates kind of trickling in one by one,
No attack can harm.
because Black Panther is not someone you can just 1v6 on your own. You definitely need some sort of setup before you can, and without that setup, you can't get anything done. And sorry I got stuck there. It happens. Alright, let me come.
The current score is 3,
Alright,
2.
and that was the end of round 3. big thanks to my team there because they handled 95% of it. Okay, now moving into the final round. This is where things kind of took a turn.
The battle starts
It
in 5,
went
4,
good and
3,
bad, I will
2,
say.
1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
So we're sitting at 47-10 currently. 29 final hits. A lot of those were just me helping my team get damage, and it does come in clutch, I will say, even if it's just throwing a spear whenever you have an extra one at the time. Right there, just repositioning, trying to avoid the mines, getting behind them, waiting for my team to kind of push in. And right here, I do just sit here and wait for the turret to go out because that slowing turret is awful for you to fight in. But as soon as it's done, go for the Namor, he bubbles, so I leave. Very close call, but luckily his object permanence, he just kind of leaves me alone. So I see him and I go for the exact same maneuver. He doubles. Carpet goes down, so I'm not afraid to kind of get in and just melee. As long as I'm on the carpet, usually I'm okay. So now here, I get a little bit proactive. And my team's able to help me out of this situation because that definitely was not a spot I wanted to be. So once again, even though she's ulting here, this time I'm just looking for damage so I can get my ultimate.
Only 60 seconds left.
Ult ends, I go in. I get any damage I can off. I see marks, I try to take them one by one.
By the eye of
Right there, I'm just hiding so I don't get killed by him. Right there, I needed like a split second so I could end up getting my ability back.
Down to 30 seconds.
And we're able to get point off this. So once again, my biggest thing, I'm not necessarily looking to get picks. Like, I definitely would like to get a pick, but my biggest thing is getting cooldowns and getting their supports or whoever else I can, as well as their supports, to look at me. Because if they're looking at me trying to turn around, that's however many seconds they're not looking at their teammates, and that helps tremendously. So here I'm asking for the bubble, but he's already bubbled someone else, so I had to wait to go in. I believe he had bubbled the hell out like a split second before I had asked, so I had waited that time. But here we try to get set up, and I'm waiting to go in, but I end up waiting a bit too long, and they just start picking off my team. But I still try to get whatever value I can here. So now I'm just trying to stay on the point so overtime doesn't start running out while I'm waiting for my cooldowns. And I hold on to my ult here because it's just not a good situation for me to use it. And I end up dying. But my Captain America is actually goated and is actually able to stay on the point for like an infinite amount of time. So we lock in.
Wow, 4 in a row.
And that's game.
Final score.
Flush
5,
Rocket
2,
Raccoon swap.
4.
Able to get the res. I get my target prio. We ult them. We win the game.
Another epic victory. Big win.
And that is how we do it. Ended that game with a total of, I believe, 57. Yeah, 57 and 11. 35 final hits, 26k damage, 14k blocked. Biggest thing is just target prio and watching for cooldowns. Like, you always want to make sure that you're either counting someone else's cooldowns or counting yours, and you have a get in and a get out plan. That being said, I really hope you guys did enjoy my analysis on my own gameplay. Not quite sure how helpful it might have been to some of you, but please feel free to let me know. And if anything, we can start reviewing my bad games as well. Till next time, hope you all stay warm.
Excellent.